Good evening. Welcome to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I am your host. And Manchester City have gone within a point of the top of the league. You wouldn't have thought it by some of the fans' reactions, but that's for another show, another time. Because I promise these two, I'm not going to rant.
You just calmed you down for the last 5-10 minutes.
I am, though. He might have promised he's not going to rant, but I might.
I'm sick of self-entitled.
Remember the boys and girls, we've got this.
Yeah. Did you get that out of the Kinder Egg?
Yeah. That stays in my corner next to my desk in my office. So it sits there just smiling every day. It's great.
Let's say some hellos and then we'll jog in before Rich falls asleep. We are going to get another guest on who has promised me they're coming on. So when they are here, we will bring them in. Indrela Bewis, Treble Vlogs, good afternoon, good evening. Very stressful game. DC, hello, fellow treble winners. Don't worry, Alan, I'm reading your messages out tonight.
Go on, then. I'm winding you up as well. It was great.
Rich, you know.
Mate, and you should have seen he took the bait line and sinker as well. He did immediately.
Congrats to Erling for scoring against all Premier League teams' face, and Pep's had a little bit of a snipe back at his critics tonight as well. Back on the winning trail, just our defence is giving me the jitters, especially Diaz. He's not the player he was last season.
What are you doing? While I'm on the subject, you know the start of your intro, not the second music, the first one. I'm thinking, what the hell is that? I don't mind the second one, but the first one. What is it?
It's totally glad you're not in charge of it, then, isn't it?
Oh my god! I'm like, what? I'm sat there going, what the?
It's meant to be like a Manchester-based theme, like Stone Roses and things like that.
I can understand the second one.
You listen to them, that's the kind of theme and tunes they did.
Oh, God.
It's very hard to get music when it's got to be copyright free, Alan. I can't get Blue Moon coming across the screen.
I know that. I guess that, but I'm not.
Iptris, thank fuck, Silence saved a shambolic performance. I don't think it was shambolic. Rodri is the man who is holding us together. It's a difficult period. Another game he's escaped getting a yellow. 3 points. Masson needed that to bounce back. I've aged another 10 years during that game. Rodri avoiding yellows is brilliant. He needs to avoid a yellow versus Bournemouth. Then he can play in all three of the big ones. We play like that against Liverpool. We're getting smacked up. We won't play like that against Liverpool because Liverpool won't play like that against us.
No, they'll have a go against us.
You've got to look at the opposition, Iptris. Brentford had no, after the first 20 minutes, had no excitement of even trying to come forward. It was part 3 buses across our box.
They turned us a few times in the first half, to be fair to them.
And to be fair, Martin, we actually break a few times second half. We've had enough games this season where we haven't even left our own half. And the fact we got the winner, as we did, says that Brentford were actually attacking us. We've had games where we haven't had one break in the entire game because we've been just camped on their line. I think Brentford did a good job. I think Frank will be happy.
Yeah, they were very good.
Yeah,
very good. I thought they were brilliant.
It's not bad, Chrome. Pep's confirmed he'll be fine. It was more a precaution.
Yeah, they just got to manage his games, haven't they? Like you said, Martin, they can't play him every game. No way.
Oh, he's here.
We've got to manage them all.
Took your time.
All right, mate. Sorry, I had to swap sides.
Look at these. I'm into this.
I mean, it's a bit Amish. It's a bit out of control at the moment.
Oh, that's why I was thinking. I saw it the other day. I was laying in bed and watching. I was watching you. I thought he looks very Amish from America. I thought, what's going on there?
Yeah, it's a bit out of control at the moment. I need to sort it out.
You need to, like I said before to you and your ex-colleague. Have a shave.
Lewis. Have a shave, yeah. You know what? When I seen you on, I was waiting for you to say that. I was like, he'll say this straight away. How we doing, lads? Are we good?
You want to be careful. You want to be careful if Alan's sat watching you in bed.
Harry's having a go at me. Careful, Jack. Listen,
Yeah.
people might call me positive number one fan. I just don't get all the negativity when we've won 5 trophies in 6 months. Maybe it's me, I don't know.
I've always thought you're the grumpy one, Martin.
I'm just wondering which player we're having to go at next week. Because
I sent him texts during the game today, and I knew he'd take the bait, and he took it within 10 seconds, and he just launched on me big time. Oh, dear.
There's probably some poor kid,
no names
Alan.
In the whoa, what's up with you, Barry?
There's probably some poor kid in the family stand who's had ties thrown at the back of their head.
I know.
It's your fault.
Anyway, Jordan, I do apologise of the unprofessionalism that you. This is.
Have you seen our channel? Unprofessionalism.
This is a bit more wild. Hey, you don't have Alan on your channel, Jesus.
I know. There's a reason for that. Because I've seen him on this.
I give Tusky Martin. I give them enough stick, and I do.
Yeah.
I'm never late. I'm there. Behave.
And the man himself. But how you doing, Andy? Hope you're all right, pal.
By the way, I did not leave early. I left. Well, I did. I left on the 92nd minute. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh no! I sent him a text going, "Oh no!" when they got a corner with 30 seconds to go. Oh no! So he was walking out and he gone, "Oh no! Oh shit! No, please."
Anyway, we'll get into it. Thank you for joining us, Rich, and Jordan. We'll go around the table. Rich, what did you think of the lineup? Because obviously it was a little bit changed. While I will throw some more comments up, it was changed. John Stone's back in. Akanji goes back to his fullback role. Alvarez, no KDB, obviously. We now know why, by the way, there was no KDB tonight. That's now come out.
I was a little bit surprised we didn't have Cover or Nunes playing. I thought we were going to play one of them in midfield with and maybe be a bit less congested behind Haaland, but thought Stones was coming back in, so thought Bernardo would be back in. So it was pretty much as expected. I think just a little bit surprised that it was Bob who came in and Alvarez wasn't given a rest, because I thought he might after he started every game this season. I thought he might get a rest, but it was much of what we expected.
Yeah. Alan, Jordan. I mean, obviously, by the way, Oscar Bob started tonight. That was the big shock for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I kind of understand why Alvarez played, because obviously KDB wasn't in the team, so he played. I was quite happy with the side that he picked, to be fair. I was so happy that Oscar Bob played, and I thought he had a reasonable first half, to be fair. He nearly scored a sensation.
I thought he was as good as anyone on the pitch.
I agree. I tell you what, he really impresses me. He's so intelligent as well. He nearly scored an absolute wonderful goal. When he
incredibly quick feet. Quick feet.
He's going to be some footballer he is in the future. I really do think that. Lots and lots of potential. Lots of potential.
Yeah, I was happy Oscar Bob was starting. It's nice to see. Obviously, it's difficult for him to get in the side, isn't it? Like, obviously with the talent that we've got, but when he's getting his game time, he seems to want to prove that he does deserve a space in this squad, and that's good to see. I like that. Like I say, that goal that he nearly scored, Ben Mee clearing off the line. That was it. The way he took on that man. I was thinking it first time. I think most people were thinking it first time, and then takes it past the defender, and then obviously unlucky that it didn't go in. But unreal though. He's looking like an unreal player. Another talent that we've got. I think the lineup wise, I kind of expected Kovacic to be back in just because we'd not seen him for ages. Almost like he didn't exist anymore. But he obviously got on late in the second half, and he looked actually decent when he came on. But I was all right with it. Weren't like, I'm kind of over this Alvarez midfield thing, but at the same time, like I'd much preferred it if Foden was midfield with Kev. But like we say, Kev couldn't play. It's. I'm not sure Alvarez set the world alight again today in midfield, but I can see the logistics behind it from Pep. First half of the season, he did step up when KDB weren't there.
He had 2 or 3 good chances though. I mean, he blasted over a couple of times and he set up the goal. So, if he'd have put one of those chances away and got an assist, then no
one's going to complain.
Like a fantastic performance. So it wasn't far off.
I just think people are starting to get a bit frustrated with. I think the Chelsea game just highlighted sometimes goals missing a little bit in that midfield. But like I say though, today he got himself an assist, and only won 1-0. So he's involved in a key moment there.
Even when Doku came on, he actually did okay, I thought, today. But he didn't give the ball away, which is good. And he did the job he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
He was a bit more conservative, but he looked good. He looked all right. So I'll give him credit where it's due.
It wasn't like the exciting Doku that everyone always expects. And I kind of liked seeing that. Like, if you look at the second half, it was very clear that at one point it was Pep was telling everyone, we're keeping hold of this 1-0. We're not over-risking this and just setting ourselves up. There's a lot of retaining the possession, and Doku was doing that a lot. You know what I mean? You've seen a bit more Grealish of him.
I must admit.
Sorry, go on, Rich.
I was going to say, I'd like to see Alvarez played wide right. I've always wanted to see him in that David. I'd like to see him in that David Villa role, coming in. Because he's a good finisher coming in. No,
you're not stealing my ideas out the shit there, mate.
I know, straight from Martin. Martin said this to me yesterday. I was thinking, has Martin been copying Rich? Yeah.
Yes.
But
I knew they're not his own takes.
Listen, Rich has been saying this since Alvarez arrived. He should play on the right-hand side.
I'd like to see it, but I don't know whether he tries it in training.
I've been saying it to Jordan for about a year and a half about Alvarez on the right side.
I'd like to see it. I mean, who knows if it works, but it works so well for Pep at Barcelona playing, he played Eto'o in that role a bit. He played, Villa in that role. And I just think Alvarez looks like he's made for it. But, he and again, some games like Brentford, he could try it. I don't know why he doesn't try it.
I mean, the funny thing is, it's really annoying because, yes, Alvarez wasn't perfect, but he set the goal up. And then you sit there and go, yeah, he wasn't great, but he did set the goal up. And I understand. Just for me, I think it's very difficult when you've got... And listen, I agree with you, Rick. I think we've got to give Brentford a little bit of credit as well. Because we still have to be careful. We've got an 80, 90 million pound striker up top who can cause problems if he wants to do. They have Visser back who look quite... So they have got... They're not a bad team. Now, I know they beat us twice last season. One of them was a total on the beach game. I understand that. But they are a decent team. It was really weird because they didn't... Tonight, for the first 20 minutes, I thought, we're getting the Brentford of Liverpool. They're playing a bit more open. Flecken was jogging the ball out to the fullbacks, and I thought, they're surprising me. And then 20 minutes in, and that was it. They went straight back to the normal Brentford and just kicking it over the top.
Well, to be fair, I thought the first half an hour, they turned City a few times, and they've got... One thing they have got is power and pace up front. They are quick. And they're dangerous. Kyle Walker got caught a few times, I thought, and they got away with one that the keeper saved.
I think Kyle Walker was just waiting all night for his chance to just absolutely beat Morpay, and he finally got it.
He got it.
He waited till we were up. And then he just went and absolutely did him. And you could just say, I reckon he's waiting all night for that. We've got to get up. We've got to be ahead so that Pep forgives me if I get sent off. And then he just took him out. Brilliant.
Whoa. Let's stop that. What do you mean Patrick was on Cheesy's vlog tonight? That's not allowed. There was no permission given to that. No, I'm joking. No, if it was on, no. Pat's not out. He's gone out drinking tonight. He's on holiday. I know Rich is on holiday, but you're here on business, mate. So.
I'm not on holiday. I'm working.
Exactly. No, do you know what? It's really weird because it was a bit weird within the ground because everyone was nervous. I don't know if you could sense the nervousness, but there was a proper nervousness within the ground. And I think it's very difficult because I've always said if we don't get that opening goal in the first 15, 20 minutes against a team that low blocks, it will make the game more frustrating because they're going to grow in confidence. And for me, you got to remember, teams are coming to the Etihad now in the same way teams went to Old Trafford in the 90s and early 2000s. They're coming to low block up and just defend like hell. They're not going to come and open up.
The one thing they have got, Martin, though, the one thing they have got by Brentford, they are very, very dangerous on the counter attack.
Mm-hmm.
They score a lot of goals against every single opposition, including the top 6 teams, because they play that way. And because of their power and pace, they are very. That's why people are nervous, because they knew when the ball went over the top, everyone was worried because they're so bloody quick and powerful. You know, Ivan Toney's a wonderful footballer. He's definitely going to get a move at the end of the season, no question. So, you know, they can score goals against you, and especially from set pieces, they can. They're a handful. They are a handful. So they're not a bad side, to be fair. They're not a bad side.
That's the concern, isn't it? The concern is their counters. Yeah. Their counters is where they'll hit you. For all your possession that you can have, all your shots on that, you know that if you don't capitalise and get yourself a goal, they can hit you on the counter. That's why even at 1-0, I was sweating. I was stunk of them.
The last few minutes, and they were like pumping long balls in, and I'm thinking, oh shit. They got a corner with 30 seconds to go, and I had my head in my hands like this, going, oh my God, okay. You know, just worried.
Panic when we're 5-0 up, mate.
But that's the whole point of football. I don't get it. I actually enjoy the games where I think we could lose, where there's something at stake. There's nothing worse than a tedious 4-0 win where the opposition don't have a shot on goal. I don't get why some fans are so excited by that. The whole point of football is you can lose, you can win, and you've got excitement. And for that excitement to exist, you've got to feel the opposition can score. You've got to feel you could lose so you can enjoy the win. These fans who want us to win 5-0 without breaking sweat, it's boring.
Well, there is why people were nervous, right? There's people were nervous because they knew that Brentford could score and they're capable of it.
Football comes alive when you're 2-0 down in the last game of the season and you know you've got to get 3 goals to win. That's when the adrenaline flows. That's when it gets exciting. That's why, you know, I used to enjoy it as a kid because, you know, we probably lost most games, but you feel like you're going to win. You know, the game's 50-50 and that's what it's all about. I can't understand why people whinge at games like today. I'd be far more likely to whinge after a 5-0 stroll in the park.
Because we're not 5-0 up. That's why fans moan. We're not 5-0.
But it's tedious when you're 5-0 up. There's no jeopardy. There's nothing to play for. It's just, you know, it's just a procession. Tonight, they could, you know, there was that feeling, even in the 95th minute, they could snatch something. And that makes it worth watching. That makes it exciting.
Yeah, you're right.
You can tell Oscar Bob's been coached longer by Pep, but you expect that because I will say though, I thought Doku was very good when he come on holding the ball up. Yeah, I think I said this earlier on yesterday. Doku is not this explosive direct winger. I think Pep's always going to change. Yeah, you've got it in his locker, but he's going to change it because my lad said it tonight. Was sat there and Doku, I can't remember what it was, like the 80th minute, 85th minute. Doku gets the ball and he's got a chance to go belting down the wing with it. And he does a little bit, but if you notice, he stops because nobody's with him. He's gone down the wing and he's like, and he looks like there's nobody there but Brentford defenders. Well, that's the problem then. Because nobody's going to go with him. So he's then got to stop and hold the ball up. Because I think you mentioned it, Jordan, we're a little bit unbalanced on that because you've got one winger who's going to go flying, and on the other side, it has to be Kyle Walker who does it. Because we don't forget,
don't forget, Martin, that Doku was bought as a right winger, not a left winger. And we have left wingers. So, it's true. He was bought as a right winger. Yeah.
Yeah, I find it's weird the system this season, isn't it? We've basically Kyle Walker's played right wing more than he has right back, and we all know that Kyle Walker can't really cross a ball. So it has been a weird system, but Pep clearly likes it, and that's why we power through with it. As much as like when we first started, I was thinking, oh no, it's Foden pushed out right wing again, and I wanted Foden in the midfield, but. Because Kyle Walker's occupying that right wing spot, Foden's really just tucking in a little bit anyway, so he is getting that like midfield part of it. And I thought Foden looked good today as well. But it's just weird, like you say, if Doc is bought to be right wing. I mean, sometimes when we're playing Vardiol's left wing pretty much. You've got Kyle Walker right wing, and the rest of them are all tucked inside. So there's no room for anyone in there because you've got everyone just tucked in, and then we're getting hit on the counter. It's a mad system. It's a mad system that Pet's got going for us.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I was just saying if Andy was coming on. No, to me, I understand the frustration by fans. They want this exciting, lovely, sunny football, Haaland being on the edge and banging in hat tricks and a fluid everything else. I understand it. But sadly, I said it to my lad tonight, there's 22 players on a pitch. I remember when it used to be the day of you can play so and win. It meant you're a good team. If City wins so, it means we're a bag of shit and we need to get rid of half our squad again and restart.
I thought Brentford's shape and Brentford, the way they defend and kept solid and narrow, they were very, very good. And they knew exactly what they were doing, and they were doing it. Mm-hmm. And they made it ridiculously hard for us to have clear cut chances. We didn't really create clear chances in the first half at all.
Well, we did. There was one cleared off the bloody line, Alan.
Yeah, Oscar Bob. But apart from that,
Alvarez smacked one over the bar.
There was a couple of other good chances.
Half chances.
Half chances. What do you want on the goal line from
Diaz? Diaz put that header. Diaz put that header a foot another way, and it was a goal. I thought that was going in. Well, I think we had some very good chances.
With his header, didn't he?
I know you're in Australia, mate, but was your thread like 25 minutes behind everyone else's?
Sometimes it is, but you know what, with Jordan, we did a joint watch along, me and Martin, and I was 30 seconds behind him. So you can imagine. I was sat there watching on TV. I couldn't do it again. No way.
No, it's difficult when it's like that.
Alvarez, because I understand people saying he's not good enough, even I. But here's my thing with this. When Nunes and Kovacic get mentioned, everyone goes into a bit of a panic mode and they're not good enough and blah, blah, blah. So that's two players out that fans don't really want. So then you got Alvarez in there. KDB wasn't fit. Who else goes into that midfield?
To me, there's a bit of a thing with Alvarez. Alvarez is in danger of becoming the new Sterling. We used to see Sterling, incredibly effective player for City. He got 230 goals or assists, something crazy for us. Incredibly effective, but barely a game went by. Even in the Centurion season, even 2020 where he got 31 goals, barely a game went by without fans whinging about Sterling playing. There were fans at the ground who, a minute into a game, all they're doing is slagging off Sterling all game. And I do worry that Alvarez is going to become like Sterling. But Sterling, there was, Sterling until
the final season. Next thing you say,
no one.
Are you trying to wind me up?
Yeah, Pep played Sterling more than any other player. At the point we got to the midway point before he got injured in his final season, Pep had picked Sterling for City more than any other player.
Oh, please.
Because he was effective. He got goals, he got assists, he got chances. He wasn't always the prettiest, and some of the fans didn't appreciate just what he did for the team. And I think Alvarez is becoming what Sterling was, and that is he's a pretty effective player. He gets chances, he gets goals, he gets assists, but he doesn't always look beautiful doing it. And I think just like Pep was called stubborn for picking Sterling, as we kept winning titles and kept winning the leagues, and Sterling kept getting goals and assists, the same is going to happen with Alvarez. And we're going to have the same people probably saying the same things. They're just going to change Sterling's name to Alvarez because they've missed having someone to slag off for the last 18 months.
I've got a question.
Hang on, let me start. Are you trying to wind me up this morning? You've been going on for 10 minutes about Sterling. Mate, he was an headless chicken. He was terrible.
Sterling was a player.
He had his right foot. He didn't have a left foot. He missed how many saves with his left foot? It was ridiculous.
And he helped us win.
That miss against,
he helped us win.
Leo, let's talk about
win
the bar.
A quad, a Centurion, and other titles.
You've been saying Otamendi's a good player.
He got a goal. Otamendi changed the way we defended.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Changed the way we defended.
Absolute donkey. My God.
He taught City how to play out from the back.
Oh, do me a favour. He's an absolute... Yeah. He was worse than Alan Kernigan, and he was bad. Jeez.
Yeah. Otamendi, came World Cup winner, Spanish Defender of the Year, Premier League Team of the Season, taught City how to pass out from the back.
He's dreadful. He was dreadful.
Yeah.
Even Jordan's smiling because he knows I'm right.
I think he's smiling at the shooter.
I'm laughing at you too. I prefer not to speak.
The way we played. Changed the way we played.
We do this when we go to the test match at the SCG. Me and Rich go. We just banter about who's shit and who's good for City. This is what we do.
Yeah, he'll come out with something like Alistair Cook, was rubbish, and I'll point out he's got 12,000 runs for England, and then
can I just say one thing? And this is my thing. This is what I mean about when we need to think. The last 10 minutes, Foden Mature kept the ball brilliant. Pause mode. Do you remember Crystal Palace when was it 1-0, 2-1 up, whatever it was, in the last 10 minutes, and Foden lost the ball. And everyone went batshit crazy that we didn't just park the bus up, play pause up, and stop. So this is my point sometimes. I don't know what some fans are wanting. Do they want to just do the pause mode and we get the win because that's more important, or play the attractive, sexy football and win 5-0 and we might, I think we've got to be careful because some weeks we want it and other weeks we don't. And Crystal Palace, I put
all we need is 3 points. No injuries. 3 points, no injuries. Rotate players so that we've got a fully fit squad rested for March and April when we are going to have to play at a level of intensity. Let Arsenal, Liverpool run out to the 98th minute and get a 4-0 win, tire themselves out, play the same players, and then when it really matters, we'll keep winning and they'll drop off.
Ben Mee got a lot of stick because he went down with the goalie and everyone was thinking he faked it. And he kind of did because he got up and smiled and winked at everyone and gave everyone a thumbs up like, I'm a shit house. Let's not go with the other sensitive fan of the chances that wouldn't be a goal. I know, Andy, but in me auntie had a wheel should be a bike. So all they put to babies, Andy. This is my point. We
I don't think you should call your auntie a bike, Martin. I don't
think
not
the right one. That
Doku looks like. I thought Doku played really well when he come on. I thought he
was good when he came on.
Yeah, he did. He did well. Did very well. And I'll say it how it is. And I'm not a huge Doku fan, but he did okay. He played sensibly.
Andy wants to transfer you, Alan.
To where?
Can we not play a true 4-3-3? Not under Pep Guardiola. You're not going to get that top of the league. No chance.
No.
You're not going to get 4-3-3.
It should be great if we should play the Kevin Keegan way and play all 10 up front. Just no defence.
Cheers, mate. Haaland. I'm going to shock everyone tonight. I thought he was really good. And yes, I know chances, but how many times did he come back into that midfield and win the ball?
Yeah, it wasn't easy for him.
Is it me or is Pep changing Haaland?
I think I said this to you the other day, man. I said, like, you can see the Harry Kane in Haaland now.
Yeah.
You can see Pep's trying to get that Harry Kane side of side into Haaland and his gameplay. You can see it with even today. Dropping deep, dropping out the box, and it was smart from Haaland today because he's getting man marked by their defense. Obviously, got loads of players in their box anyway, but he's dragging players out and creating space for the little runs from Bernardo, like running in behind him, especially in that first half when we were playing right in front of the box trying to go through him. Haaland was key to that, and yes, he might not be the guy getting the shot off at the end of it, but it's people don't look at the off the ball work that he does sometimes, which helps so much.
And Pep's had a bit of a pop. I know. I think Freddie's tweeted out, Annie Jordan, that Pep's had a bit of a pop tonight at the Ireland haters.
Yeah, he said you never criticise your top scorer.
Yeah, he said you don't criticise him. Not with the week he's had. He's been out for 2 months and he's had the week from hell, and people are having a go at him. And this is what I mean. I think I've said this during the week.
His mind must be on a little bit.
These players are reading all this. They're reading.
The thing is with Haaland, I don't think it gets to Haaland. I think Haaland will just get fired up by it. Some of the players, like when you see it against Doku or something, you think that that could affect his confidence. He's young, he's raw. It's not great. Haaland, I just think, would just eat an extra couple of extra yak livers and just think, right, I'm going to do him.
Do you know the funny thing is? We've got a better points margin now than we did last season at this time.
Didn't know that.
We're about 8 points behind still.
You, Alan. You hate it when I throw that stat at you.
You do. I don't. I just we can understand, Jordan. Me and Martin speak off screen here on a regular basis, and all we do is wind each other up. So don't worry. He just winds me up totally, and I wind him up. So he's all right. I noticed the empty ad was, and the family stand was sparsely populated today. Martin, did you have 2 seats? Because the family stand
the same 2 seats that were on your couch, mate.
No, that's because there was some angry bloke getting wound up by some prat in Australia, hitting people with curly whirlies and throwing Tizer around. So they all moved to the south stand.
I didn't even make it to the Imperial this morning. I woke up, it was about 3 minutes before kickoff. I thought, shit, can't go. So I ended up watching it in bed this morning. So there you go. So I had to try and... Hey?
Martin, one day at the Imperial, they locked Alan in the toilet at half time, a bit like Craig Bellamy.
It was the derby.
He was so annoying, they locked him in the toilet to keep him out of the way.
They put me in, I was in the toilet in the cubicle having a number 2, and I realized there was no toilet. There was no toilet paper,
and no one would come and let him out.
I had to text the landlord to go and get some toilet paper, and he said, "No, stay there." And he made me stay there for 40 minutes. So I missed the second half of the derby game, which we happened to win. So I was furious. When it came out, everyone was cheering. So you look at Martin going, "Oh, don't say."
Well, this is what you get when Andy puts "Please let Alan talk more." You get his bathroom habits.
Alan, if you got Andy on WhatsApp, because he does deserve to listen to it and read a lot of your nonsense.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to send you Andy's personal.
I think you should.
Andy needs to get
Andy Turner used to ban me.
Well, not Andy Turner, Andy Savage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think he deserves
I'll give it Jordan as well. We'll send your number around the City community, and then
don't worry. Jordan can get enough messages off me. So don't worry.
Oh dearie me. I want to talk about Akanji, who's had a lot of stay this week by me as well, because I don't think he's an inverted midfielder. When he plays fullback, does he ever have a bad game? Or across that back line?
Second best player for us today.
He was all right today, I thought.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Player.
I thought he was good. There's a time as well where he stepped up into the midfield pretty much, went forward and played a ball in behind. I can't remember who it was for. It was good play sometimes from Akanji today. He also pretty much was so used to Kyle Walker having shots, yeah. This game, Diaz, Stones, and Akanji all were shooting from outside the box. It was mad. Kyle Walker took a back seat that one and let everyone else have a go. The Akanji had 2 shots, decent shots as well. So
I'll tell you what, Walker's crossing. I counted in the first 25 minutes. He had 6 crosses, and not one of them went to a City player. Every single one, he snatched at every one. I'm thinking, get back to your defensive position and just stay there, because he's good at that. Oh, Jesus, he cannot cross.
I agree. I do think Akanji played well today, though. He's very flexible in his positions. Obviously, Pep likes to put him in that Stones role. I agree with Martin. I don't think that's his best place. I prefer much more just a standard centre back. But for £15 million, he's done so much for us. He's done bits for us.
15 million.
Unreal.
I think the best I've ever seen him play is at right back.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I remember
a couple of games last season, really, really good at right back. And Stones stepped up from centre back into midfield. You know, I thought that was really good. And then Akanji, you know, when we weren't playing Walker before, probably Bayern and stuff, wasn't it? In the
look at Real Madrid. Yeah, he played left back against Real Madrid, which is wild to think. Wouldn't you never think that Pep had put Akanji up against Rodrigo or someone like that? But he trusted him there and. Fair play.
Nobody's agreeing on your Sterling stuff, by the way. They all think, my God. They're not agreeing with you, Owen.
Yeah. But Sterling did divide City fans. There's no question. I think Alvarez is going to do the same. Because,
AK's on one here. Rubinho, a forgotten legend. No, we're not opening that can of worms. Not going down that road. We're not going down that road. Alan Sterling was more good than bad.
Please,
don't
go there.
Yeah, just go back, Alan. Watch the highlights of the Centurion season. Watch the highlights of the Quad season.
I like the sitter he missed against Burnley from about a yard out when he put it wide with his left foot. Again with his left foot. Can't kick his left foot at all.
He missed a few sitters, but that wasn't his career. I mean, Edison's made a few shocking mistakes over the years, but he's still going to end up being up there with Troutman and Corrigan. And Frank Swift is one of the greatest keepers we've ever had. And you know, and you're going to remember him saving to win us the Champions League, not when he mucked up against Leicester in 90.
My dad said that Troutman's the best he's ever seen in goals. And my dad went to Main Road watching Troutman, so he said he was unbelievable. So there we go.
So, by the way, I mean, because a lot of people are giving Akanji man of the match, by the way, because he got man of the match at the stadium.
Yeah, he got it on the broadcast that I was watching.
Yeah, I thought it's good. I'd give it to Rodri, but then I'll probably do every week. I thought Rodri didn't give the ball away. I thought he was very solid tonight. But then I'll probably give Rodri the man of the match every single game. So
let someone else have it.
For a change.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely thought Oscar Bob was as good as anyone on the pitch till he came off.
He was.
I was surprised they took him off. Did he?
It made me laugh. By the way, Simo Sups, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. You are a legend. Thank you, kind sir. You will now be entered. Sorry, Ray. I just wanted to give time to the people who paid. That was all, mate.
I thought Bob was better than Bernardo, Alvarez, or Foden up to the time he came off. I thought he had of those attacking players. I thought he was playing the best.
I have no idea, Powder Oaks. I've heard rumours about that, but I have no idea.
Apparently 128 million signing on fee.
Yeah, straight into his bank, isn't it?
Not bad for a day's work, is it?
How old is he? 23, 24, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy.
I don't know what the tax rate is, but that's 70 million quid or something in the bank after tax.
I'm going to talk someone else who's a bit more controversial now. He's splitting fan opinion at the moment. Kyle Walker.
Oh, well, sorry.
Is Pep Guardiola hamstrunging Kyle Walker at the moment? In terms of, is he hanging him out to dry? Because it's quite clear for me, Pep Guardiola is telling him to be this right wing back sort of flying fella up the wing.
I got a better question. Is Pep Guardiola trying to turn Kyle Walker into João Cancelo? because that's exactly what Cancelo would do. He'd love going. Cancelo boy watches City games going, I could have done that. I'd have loved being on that right wing.
A few weeks ago when I went,
yeah,
he pissed him and Cancelo had a big fight, and then we go back to playing the exact system that Cancelo played.
Yeah, he'd have loved that Cancelo, but Walker offers you more surety in defence, doesn't he? Well, sometimes, a lot of the time he does. He's just not great going forward, and when he plays this right wing spot. And he's putting these balls into the box, and we can all see it. Like Alan said before, count the amount of times Walker's putting it across, and it's going to absolutely no one. So it almost seems useless.
It is going to someone, the opposition.
Yeah.
My bet is in March.
He would have got an assist. I know it was slightly offside, but he would have got an assist.
Yeah, that's true. He did well on that as well. He loves them. He loves them back post runs.
Yeah. Kept that ball in. Lovely little ball onto Haaland, but hey ho.
Yeah, the thing is, the system he's playing right now would actually suit our ex fullback who's at Barcelona. That is the thing about it. It would actually suit him down to a trade, so he would probably play a lot of the games at Cancelo without any doubt. But
yeah, if you hadn't tried to twat Pep. He
just shouldn't be a complete wanker, should he? Let's be honest. He just, his behaviour was pathetic. So he'll never see a City shirt again. That's for certain.
No, the only time you'll ever see Cancelo in a City shirt is if we're trying to sell him, and that's in pre-season when nothing matters. That's what we did this pre-season. People were getting gassed. People were getting really buzzing, thinking, "Oh, Cancelo, let's have a bit of a." Let's see if he can do well this year at City. And then is this a way back for him? Whole time I'd just be like, it's too far gone.
There's no kidding anybody. He's a good footballer, but he's just a knob of a bloke, isn't he? Let's be honest. And that's the problem.
And he couldn't defend. He was like our version of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Walker can defend. He's playing brilliantly out of position doing it, but Walker's a phenomenal defender. Cancelo could not defend.
Yeah,
he was better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'll give him that. But apart from that, as a defender, he was one of the worst defenders at fullback in the Premier League. He just did not have a clue.
I mean, look at the 2 seasons before when he left City. He was back-to-back Premier League team in the season for fullback, at left back, for right back. He's a very, very, very talented player, Cancelo. It's just, as Alan said, it's a shame he's a knob. I mean, it's nothing more we could do. Yeah, he couldn't defend, and we all knew that he'd fly into it. I mean, he got dusted by Salah, I think, every single time he played against him. But for the most part, in a season, you knew what to expect from Cancelo, and you knew that he'd do really well. I thought it was looking good. I think in the half a season he had, other than that Liverpool game, going forward, he was one of our most creative players. Quite a few times. I remember the goal against Dortmund, that outside of the foot pass to Haaland, great goal. And it's stuff like that, like we don't get from our fullbacks now. We don't have that as an option.
No, we don't.
Because you're not going to get that from Kyle Walker. And if it is, it's 100% a fluke. And you're definitely not going to get it from someone like Akanji or an Ake. And so we've had to change that way. But I think Cancelo in against teams that are sitting quite deep, and you got throw a few long balls in. He was perfect for that kind of scenario. It was just, like I say, just a shame. His personality was just not it. He couldn't handle competition, and that's not what Pep will never allow that for anyone.
No,
he couldn't handle the burglar that broke into his house. He got beaten up. So never mind.
I mean, personally, I thought Kyle Walker had played really well up until the last, maybe the Chelsea game. I thought for the 2 or 3 games before, I thought he'd done really, really well. Now, I don't know what Pep's going to do for the remainder of the season, because the problem is we're at that time of the year when Pep can just flip everything on its head and go right back to his strongest 11. Because I don't think it's going to be very long before you see that Copenhagen 11 week in, week out. Especially going into March. If you can get Grealish fit, I'm expecting that 11 nearly week in, week out from March onwards. Now, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I don't think you'll see this flying wing-back experiment anymore.
No,
I think
not against the big sides.
I think the one exception will be is I think we'll rest De Bruyne more than we have in the past, because I think we saw last season overplayed De Bruyne a bit, and I think he'll be rested a bit more. Most of the others are young enough and, able to play every week if needed. But, he'll get rested, no doubt.
When you're playing 3 games a week, I agree with you.
See, Callum's put it into the worst football City have played under Pep. Defensively, Leaker, no control midfield, just pass the ball to Haaland FC. But statistically, we're having one of our best seasons under Pep.
I would agree with that in certain parts. I think we've not been as fluent as we have been in past years, but we're getting results. We're getting, what Martin mentioned before we came on. We've won. I think we've only lost 1 game in 11 games or something silly. So, at the end of the day, I think that we should be.
I don't think we've lost in 13. I think we've drawn 1 game in.
Drawn one.
We've won 12 out of the last 13 in all comps.
Well, there you go. So we're getting results without playing our best football, which I think everyone would agree.
Let's be quite honest. We didn't play by Pep standards at City in the Champions League final, in the FA Cup final, in the run into last season's Premier League. After we peaked at Arsenal, Real Madrid, Bayern, where we played superbly. But above anything, we were effective and we were strong and we won the games that mattered. And I think Pep, after probably the running out of steam when we lost to Chelsea in the Champions League final and getting knocked out, Spurs and Liverpool and all that in the early days in the Champions League, I think Pep has sacrificed a bit of that brilliance of the Centurion season and the quad season. He sacrificed a bit of that for winning a few more games a bit more narrowly, being a bit more physical, and finishing the season stronger than when we peaked. And I think that's what's happening. And I think that sets us up well for the end of the season, because I think Liverpool and Arsenal are peaking and will have peaked much earlier in the season than City do. I think we'll see the best of City to come. I'm not sure we'll see the best of Liverpool and Arsenal.
Get in bed, you. You do regret it. Get in bed. Sorry, that's my lad who's saying he was bad. Don't regret a thing.
Well, the end of the day, Richard, and we've been through the hard times and watched an absolute load of dross of City and supported them through thick and thin, and now we've got this wonderful team that's won everything. If we all died tomorrow, we'd die happy people because we've seen them win everything. So we can't really complain. We can't complain. We can't. Not now.
Callum, what do you mean City are in trouble? This is what I mean. Listen, it's your opinion, mate. I'm just trying to determine what trouble is. Because this is the thing. I think Pep's talked about it again tonight. He's seeing a winning mentality coming from his team still. He wants it. This is a team that have won the treble, the SUPERCUP, the Club World Cup, 3 Champions League on the Champions Leagues on the bounce. Wishful thinking, 3 Premier Leagues on the bounce, and the hunger is still there to try and get a 4th. When most teams just down tools and give up mentally. Look at Liverpool when they went for the quad the season after. United when they won their 3 on the bounce. It's so hard to keep going mentally. And I think to be a point behind Liverpool and won 12 out of the last 13 is a credit. And by the way, I know everyone's worried about the thing, but I keep saying this, our home record's worse than our away record this season.
Yeah, true. Very true.
We're on a mad one away from home at the moment. We are totally on a mad one. We're top of the away stats.
That's because
don't put it behind the Anfield and just dick on them while they, see you later, ta-da.
There's never been this has been true 40 odd years. There's never been any apathy or whinging or any of that nonsense on away games. Fans are behind the team. The opposition's against the team. Everything's fired up. Whereas at home, you can get an apathetic atmosphere. There isn't enough hostility from the away fans to have any effect in the crowd. So I think that's what we get away. I think we get a far more fired up, better atmosphere for the players a lot of the time.
Yeah, you can't knock the away support for us is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I do think, and people won't like this, I do think there's a sense of a little bit of entitlement crept in at home games. I do think there's that little bit of why we're not 4 up here. Well, entertain us, come on. And like Pep today, Pep was like, come on, boys. You need the crowd. Sometimes the players need the crowd as well. And I
thought our crowd was quiet first half today. Pep had to get them wound up because
you seen Pep at the sidelines when he was trying to get them going.
He tried to get them going. They were quiet.
That was me. Honestly, I started a little chant in the family stand, and then he was like, "Come on, follow Martin." So he was doing as he was told.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the answer off the top of my head, but if you go back to August 2011. How many home games have we lost in the league?
Not that
since
many.
Then? I mean, I think we were unbeaten that season, weren't we? 11-12 at home, I think we were. And
we were.
Since
we
then,
nearly lost at the end because QPR.
yeah. And I think since then, any fans going, that's what, 12, 13 seasons, and they've probably seen us win by 4 or 5 goals 6-7 times a season. I wouldn't be surprised if we must be averaging less than 2 defeats at home a season. I would have thought in the Premier League over that time. So people just haven't experienced many losses at all, apart from a few against United, but hardly any. We've won probably 30, 40 games by 4 goals, if not more, probably more than that, probably 50 games. So I think most people who are going home games, they're not going away. So they've just not experienced. They've not experienced jeopardy. They've barely experienced many defeats.
Richard,
they're used to winning 5-0.
Richard, you've got a whole generation of fans now that have never really experienced City being shit. You have. I don't know how old Jordan is, but me and you and Martin, we've seen.
My shit was Pace, and that was shit.
No. Mate, I was still living in England. Mate, I was still living.
Alan, you're getting to the age where you won't be able to remember us being shit.
You watched Billy Meredith. You told me Billy Meredith was your idol.
My first season was 1971, and I was stood in the kip. I sat on one of the things in the Kippax on the wall when my dad put me there. So.
As I told you the other day, it was 1971 and it was his 21st birthday.
It was not 21.
Anyway, I'm just going to thank you for that, Calstar. Thank you so much. Very generous. I've been very impressed with Bob. Deserves more minutes. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, for me, I'll be straight, and we'll give it another 5-10 minutes and then we'll end. But to me, I'm going to be totally straight. This team and this manager will not be appreciated fully till he's gone. Because I'm telling you now, what City fans are watching is extraordinary. It is not the norm.
No, wait until Pep goes.
When Pep goes, you will all have something to moan and bitch and cry about. I saw my fan tonight.
You'll be crying when he goes. You'll be crying.
There was some fan tonight on Twitter said, "I'm done with City. Bye bye." I went, "See you. Don't let the door at your house on the way out. You ain't gonna be missed." He went, "I'm off to support Inter. Bye bye. See ya." I don't get it. I'm sorry. Fans will not get it until Pep's out this door. And like I said, you will cry then. Cry like babies when that happens.
I'll be devastated.
Yeah. I think we're watching the peak of football, the peak of City football. You know what I mean? It's so easy to just breeze past it when we're winning all these games, like winning these titles left, right, and centre. Going every season winning something. So much so that it feels like not to win something is a disappointing year, but then it's crazy to think that we're so lucky to be in the position that we're in. Like, there's people now already talking about trebles and that, back-to-back trebles and that, which I think is extremely unrealistic. But to be able to even have that conversation and to be in these things is wild.
The guy above you, he talks about it all the time. Trust me.
See, Harry, that's your opinion, mate. I don't agree with it.
You say it's unreal.
I've been out for 2 months, injured, with virtually a broken foot. Virtually, not quite, but nearly a broken foot. Yeah. And he lost his grandma 4 or 5 days ago.
I think, he
was in Norway all last week. He wasn't even training. He was in Norway. So I think I understand fans' frustrations, but I think we're looking at what Haaland did last season was, again, extraordinary.
Not just a bit.
Strikers don't score 52, 53 goals in a season normally. That is not the norm. So if he hits 30 this season, that's back to the normality of things. Still bleeding good scoring it. He's still top goal scorer in the league as of now, or is he just Salah?
Too clear.
So I mean, he's been out for 2 months, a bag of shit for a couple of games, and he's still top goal scorer. Imagine when he's rip roaring good and he's back to his best.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you now, someone in the next 2-3 weeks is going to get on the end of something from Ireland. He's going to bag 3 or 4 against someone, and we're going to batshit crazy over someone. We are going to batter someone soon.
I hope it's Liverpool.
I hope
it's them Scousers at Anfield. I really do.
No, but I just think I do. I think we're going to batter some team at some point, and we'll make the rest of the league stand up. Because this is City in second, third gear right now, not playing so well, and we're a point behind and undefeated in 12, 13 games. If this is us shit, undefeated in 13 games, God help you when we actually start motoring and get rolling. Because you might as well just keep the blue ribbons on right now. Because you got to remember, Arsenal and Liverpool, especially Arsenal, are in top gear right now. Will Arsenal keep top gear up till May? No. They'll have a dip.
I watched them the other day. I tell you what, they're playing well at the moment, to be fair. They are playing well.
Yeah, I agree with you. But it's February.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care how you're playing in February, mate. I want to see
that goes back
in April, May.
That's what goes back to what Rich was saying before, like Liverpool, Arsenal peaking now. I'm fine for that. We've still got our peak to come yet.
Arsenal haven't started up again in the Champions League either. I mean, they struggled to finish the season last year. Now, if they go deep, say get to the semi-finals of the Champions League, they're going to really suffer because they're not as good at rotating their team. They're better this season than last season, but they've got the Champions League coming. They're not used to it. They're not used to playing, Bayern Munich on Wednesday or PSG, whoever it is, and then playing in the Premier League on Saturday. And that's going to come for them. Liverpool have got to play Thursdays, haven't they? I mean, so if they go deep, they're either going to risk playing weak teams.
But Richard, Liverpool have got a lot of injuries, but they're still winning. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have got a lot of injuries, but they still managed to win.
Do you know what? You can play badly and win games for time. No one wins the league playing badly and just getting results. They'll have to start playing well. Even though the refs are going to give them absolutely everything.
With due respect.
Yeah. They've got to be better than that. When they came up against Arsenal totally outclassed them. Mm-hmm. You know, it was men against boys. And I think a lot of Liverpool fans saw that and thought, you know, they should have thought it's over. But then they win a couple of games against teams battling for relegation. And suddenly, you know, I think someone on Sky suggested Liverpool are running away with it. Seriously, we saw against Arsenal what they are against a decent team, well coached. We saw what Liverpool are.
Please ignore Pat, because Pat, apparently you stabbed us all in the back tonight and gone on Cheeseman's vlogs, which is fine, mate. Don't you worry. I will sign up that check. No, I'm joking. No, honestly, go back and watch Cheeseman's vlogs. Honestly, our very own Pat is on there. We brought Jordan on, Pat, to replace you so he can tell us all about your late night stories in Manchester.
Yeah, Pat, we've heard that you're a snake, mate. So I thought, you know what I mean? We were sick of snakes here, so I've joined instead.
No, but listen, I get it. Some fans are not going to be overly happy with the performances. But it's the 20th of Feb. We're 1 point behind, undefeated in 13 games. I just can't wait till we get going. Because someone, by the way, there was no KDB tonight either. Just throw that one out there. And I know everyone's going, Martin, so positive. I even had someone last week, I'm not kidding you, DM me and say, do you work for Manchester City?
Well, it wasn't a pretty watch tonight, but we knew that before the game would start because they would make it difficult. And they did make it hugely difficult. But we got the 3 points. That's all that matters. Yep. We got the 3 points. And, you know, we knew it wasn't going to be good to watch because they play a certain way that make it difficult for us. And they did a good job, to be fair. And they could have got an easy draw. They could have got a draw. And we know that. So,
Alan, what's this? Apparently you go to Taylor Swift concerts more than you go to Manchester.
Trust me. Patrick, you're over in Scotland or in Manchester tonight. You know we're near Melbourne, and I didn't go to Taylor Swift the last 3 days over the weekend. Trust me, I did not. She's shit.
Patrick, if Alan had been at a Taylor Swift concert, he wouldn't have got bail yet. So
the MCG was full of young little girls under the age of 20. 3 days, 96,000 each day.
Yeah. So Alan's ankle bracelet would have set off 300 meters from the ground.
I want to know how Pat's got in the country. How's Pat in the country? Thank you for the £5, mate. You are a legend. I dread the day Pep leaves, the greatest manager of all time, in my opinion.
How's Barrow Battery? But what I know is Martin.
Sorry, Alan, I was just reading a super chat out, mate. Carry on.
Sorry, I want to know, Martin. Are you going to Martin and Jordan, because you're in Manchester as well? Are you going to take Patrick for a curry mile before he flies back?
No, he's flying back tomorrow morning.
He's flying back tomorrow.
Yeah, so
he's done a temp stay. Half-ass job.
Yeah, his $200 return flight because he works for Qantas. Yeah, we know. Yeah, right.
Are you giving his bank details out next, Alan?
Mate, he gets so many cheap flights. I'm so jealous of him. I'm so
Alan,
jealous.
with your permission, may I read Amar's super chat out?
Sorry.
Thank you. I dread the day Pep leaves, the greatest manager of all time. In my opinion, hope he keeps us going year after year. Is mind-blowing. Enjoy it while it lasts. And that's my sentiment. And I know people think I'm an happy, clappy sort of person. Maybe I am. I just, listen, never mind Stuart Pearce. I sat watching bloody Steve Coppell and
I was there.
He was the other person we had as a temporary manager.
Phil Neal.
Imagine Phil Neal.
Phil Neal.
Your manager. Someone do me a favour.
Alan Ball losing against Bury at Main Road. Oh, dear me.
Alan Ball didn't lose against Borough.
He did. He got fired after the game.
No, he didn't. That was Frank Clark on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Alan Ball.
Call yourself a City fan. Fake. Anyway.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah.
No, but listen, any final thoughts, gentlemen, on the game? That's Bo Allen.
That's Bo Allen, yeah.
3 points is all that matters. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Games like Brentford, you know what I mean? They'll make it difficult. 3 points. I can't complain. I mean,
we didn't get a pointer from last season. Never mind.
Exactly.
Enjoyed it, except for the fact I had to watch it on a bloody phone because it's not on telly. Like, what's that about?
Yeah, nightmare that it went on.
Richard, get back to Sydney. You don't miss City games. Come on. Get back to Sydney.
Yeah. No, but thank you all for joining us. You are all legends. Thank you, Rich and Alan, for joining us, especially Rich. I know you're knackered.
I better get on to Cheesy so I can see if I can get on his blog on Saturday.
Why is everyone leaving the Mancunian way?
Send me some short little videos of your trip to Bournemouth that weekend, mate.
Do they sell rock?
Yeah, Rich, you're going to Bournemouth, are you, mate? You're sending us videos.
That's the plan.
We'll do a blog. You could come on video and do some when you're at the game.
Sorry, Rich. Let's listen to Bossman down in the corner here. Do a vlog. See, Jordan, Alan is our Freddie Pie, mate.
Is he?
Yeah, apparently so. He's just made it. You know what I mean?
I think that's what Freddie did as well. So I mean, they're very similar.
Well, Jordan, thank you for joining.
I think he's more our Frank Sidebottom, but anyway.
We finally got Jordan. We need to get Hugh on next.
I'm going to go whenever you want. If you ever need someone, just give me a text.
Jordan is apparently he has coerced me into going on the hot ones. I don't know when we're doing it, but he has.
Yeah, we need to start out this week. That
doing it.
Hot ones. You can all see Martin in pain trying to eat hot wings. It's going to be great. You'll love it, Martin. You'll breeze through it.
Martin's on every channel.
Like you did.
Martin's on a different channel.
Yeah, he gets about, Martin, don't you, mate? I think you're the bike.
Sorry, I was on TNT.
He's big time. He's big time, mate.
I'm joking. By the way,
did we know about it as well? Did we know about it?
No, I didn't tell anyone. I kept it very
quiet.
Told
me about 1,000 times. You're going to be on.
No, I didn't tell anyone. I kept it very, very quiet.
I was laughing.
I've had to pay Martin to come on here tonight to be in his presence. That's how big time he's gone.
Exactly. Martin's got big time. He's loving it every second of it.
Have a balls. You heard yourselves. No, listen, it was great. It's been a great show. So Martin will be hosting City TV soon with FJ. I won't.
I'd love to see that, to be fair.
No, can you imagine? I'll tell you what, Jordan, you have my number, you can tell me we'd take the piss out of him all the way through as well.
Yeah.
Martin tells too much truth to end up on City TV. He's a right wanker, him down there.
He might become the Family Stand correspondent. That's probably his best chance.
That's what we can do with it. And by the way, we are going to do an Alan and Martin show at some point. I'm trying to there's a couple of things coming up on the channel. I might as well let people know. I'm putting together a vlog.
So Martin, is that for the ladies?
No, what I'm doing is I'm hoping to get it out next week. I'm going to record the whole FFP saga from start to finish. I'm going to do all research, and I'm actually just it's not going to be live. It's just going to be a video of just me, where I'm going to explain the FFP all the way from UEFA right up until the current date. And I know there's fantastic people out there, and I'm going to use Nobbins with his permission and speak with Stefan and get not to come on, but if I can use, mention them and use their quotes, etc. Because I think the true story needs getting told instead of Mr. Goldbridge putting out his fake little videos about 115, etc., etc. We need the truth to come out, and people have. But I'm going to do it from day one right till the end. as a little bit of an educational piece for people who do not understand it. And also, there is what we're going to do is during the international break, we are doing the 12-hour charity stream. I haven't even spoke to Jordan about this. I'm going to try and get most City content creators on during the 12 hours. It will be in for Alzheimer's UK because, as you know, both my parents have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So we're going to spend a full day. We're going to watch some old City games. We'll get panel shows on. Get whatever we can, watch some old games, maybe you'll watch me play a little bit of FIFA. Jesus, that'll be fun. Channel then as well.
You can't play. He's useless.
Yeah, I'm not like you, Jordan.
Yeah, I'll be fair, I'm not very good either. But yeah, mate, I'm down for whatever. I'll be there for the full 12 hours, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be at 12 p.m. till 12 a.m. and it'll be on the weekend of when we don't have a game for that international break. And also, if you need me we're going to do the giveaway then as well of the £50 gift voucher, the £25 gift voucher, and we'll also give away the treble medal that weekend as well. So that'll be for the quiz night. There's loads coming up here on the Mancunian Way. Obviously, you know where Jordan is. Over on City Extra, the biggest City channel out there.
Thanks for having me.
Get these fellas to 100k. Get them there.
100k soon coming, innit? Road to 100k.
Martin versus Party on a FIFA. No.
Yes.
I don't want to embarrass
you. Yes, it'll be the most horrendous game you've ever seen. You thought that was bad.
I would love it.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be. I'd wake up in the middle of the night just to watch that. Yeah.
And also, don't forget, Manway, your code, 9320 Pubcast. Get over there. Great show as well from Andy and the gang over at 9320 Pubcast. If you put the code in Manway, you will get 10% off all your footballing mugs. We don't have to be football. It can be whatever you want, whatever designs you fancy. And they do some amazing shows. There are links to every single City channel down in the description to everybody. If they've got 5 subscribers or like City Extra, nearly 90, we're a City family and we're all supporting each other. And that's what it's about. We ain't like that red shite down the M62 or the other one over the road. We support each other. Get in, Jordan. Scared to search for Manway? No, it's a code. Go on to savageonlinestores.co.uk and put in the code Manway. It's not a Manscaped advert. You're not going to get me shaving a Kiwi. No. The 12-hour stream will be during the international break at the end of February, start of March. I think it's March, isn't it?
Yeah.
Start March?
Yeah, March, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously go and watch our very own Pat over on Cheesy's vlog tonight as well. So, yeah, City have gone 1 point behind Liverpool. We march on. And, boys, we will only get better. I promise you. The 4P is on. It is on. But it's only on if we stay together and positive behind the boys. Alan's frozen. The best he's heard all night. Just like, there'll be a Twitter stream as well in 15 minutes. So come over at Horsey Sitter and come and have a say over on the Twitter stream. Take care, all, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, all.
See ya.
See you.